Okay. Good evening to all. So we are discussing about application of KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So for this given circuit, obtain the current equations, derive the current equations of I1. This is direction of I2, and this is the direction of I3. Okay. So as previously we are discussed, same as like that we can derive the I1, I2, and I3. Okay. So by using KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So first for the resistors, we will apply the sign notation. So that is for resistors it is plus minus. This is the plus minus, and this is the plus and minus, plus minus, because while you are choosing the direction, according to that we can represent. Okay, this is the plus and this is the minus. For this is the plus, minus, and this is the plus and minus. Okay, so like this we can give the representation of voltage drops across the resistors. Okay, consider the first loop for this loop. So from this it is, see here, the ending of the resistor values you have to consider. Ending of the resistor you have to consider. So that is minus of, see here, minus of I1 into 15. So I1 into 15. Okay. Next, coming to here, this is minus of I1, minus of I1 into 20. So for this circuit, already we have current of I2 is also there. So that's why this is, at this point it is plus, okay, plus I2, plus I2 into 20. Okay. So coming to this is plus 100. And that is equals to 0. So this is nothing but the algebraic sum of all the voltage drops and EMFs are equals to 0. So that is KVL. The algebraic sum of the voltage sources or EMFs plus the voltage drops is equals to 0. So in the previous example, I was told that minus of I1 minus of I1 minus I2 into 20. So minus of 20 into I1 minus I2. So like that I was told. So by simplifying this, we will get this one same as this one, because minus 20 into I1 minus of minus plus 20 I2 plus I2 20. Okay. So just simply by observing this notation, first of all you have to correctly apply this notation. Okay, so then it is easily you can obtain the equations. Okay, so here plus and minus. Okay. For the I1 current, for the For the I1 current we have, so I1 into minus of I1 into 20. So for this I2 it is having at that minus, it is having plus sign. So we can directly consider plus I2 into 20. Like this we can write the equations. Okay. So similarly for this middle loop, so minus 5 into I2 minus 5 into I2. So minus 30 into I2 minus 30 into I2. For this it is plus 30 into I3 plus 30 into I3. Okay. So coming to here it is minus 20 into I2 plus 20 into I1. And that is equals to 0. There is no sources. Okay. So I2, so here this is minus 30 into I2, that's plus 30 into I2. Yeah. So this is the second equation. Okay. Next, third one is from third loop we can obtain this is 5 minus 5 into I3 minus 5 into I3 minus 30 into I3 minus 30 into I3 plus 30 into I2 plus 30 into I2 opposite current. Okay. So minus 100. That is equals to 0. So this is the third equation, and this is the first equation. Okay. So we have to make simplification of these three equations. Okay. And from that we will get the 3 by 3 matrix. We will get the we will get the 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. By solving that 3 by 3 matrix, we will get the I1, I2, and I3. So like this, we can write the mesh equations. We can call these are the mesh equations. And this analysis is called as mesh analysis. Mesh analysis. Okay. So mesh analysis, and these are the mesh equations. Each one is called as mesh equations. So this is I1 into 15, okay, minus I1 into 20. So we can separate the currents and the voltages. Okay. So bring this 100 to this right hand side. Okay. And we can simplify these equations. And from those equations, we will get the coefficients of I1, I2, I3. Coefficients of I1, I2, I3. And from those coefficients, we can construct the matrix. Okay. So these are the coefficients of I1, I2, I3. And these are the variables I1, I2, and I3. And I3. Okay. And this is have some constant matrix, that is 100, 0, 100 we will get. Okay. So by solving this particular matrix, we can find out the I1, I2, I3. Okay. So I think you know the how to solve the 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. So from that 3 by 3 matrix, we can find out the determinant. Okay, so determinant. So for solving of the, okay, I will show next one. In that you can easily understand. Okay, so this is another problem. So here we have three loops. Again here we have three loops. So here we have the currents of I1, I2 and I3. So find the current of I3. Find the current of I3 by using KVL. So similarly we can represent the notation of the, okay. So for this particular I1 loop, this is the, because this is the voltage source, we are also moving in this direction. So this is the plus minus plus minus plus minus, and it is closing. For this loop it is, this is the plus minus. Consider the clockwise direction. Okay, so that is, this is the plus minus plus minus. For this loop, this is the plus minus plus minus, and this is the plus and minus. So from this representation of sign notation, you can easily write the equations. So for the loop 1, I1 current, so you can say, so I1 into 1, so this is minus. So because here this is the drop, that's why this is the drop, minus I1 into 1, minus I1 into 1, minus 3 into I1, minus 3 into I1. Okay. Similarly for this resistor we have another current, that is I3. So that is plus sign here. Corresponding minus signature, we have plus sign, that's plus I3. So plus 3 into I3. Okay. So coming to here, it is plus 2 into, sorry, minus 2 into I1, minus 2 into I1 plus I2 into 2 into I2, 2 into I2, and coming to this source, it is plus 5 volts, plus 5 volts, and that is equals to 0. Okay. So next, coming to I2 loop, this is the I2 loop. For the I2 loop, it is minus I2 into 1, minus I2 into 1. For the same resistance we have plus, this is opposite direction, it is coming in opposite direction, that's why this is plus I3 into 1, plus I2 I3 into 1. Next coming to here, this is I minus I2 into 4, minus I2 into 4. Coming to here, this is minus I2 into 2, minus 2I2, minus 2I2. At the same time, this is plus 2I1, and that is equals to 0. There is no voltage sources or okay. So for the coming to I3 this loop, so this is minus 2 I3 minus 2 I3. Here it is minus 1 into I3. At the same time, it is having a reverse current of I2. So that's why it is plus 1 into I2. Coming to this, it is 3. So for this minus 3 into I3 plus 3 into I1. So are you getting my point? Okay. So that is equals to 0. So with this we can solve the 3 equations. Okay. So from that we can easily obtain the I3. Okay. So this we can easily this is writing of the or using of the KVL we can obtain these equations. So we can also write the directly we can write the matrices matrix. Okay. So that is we can write the matrix directly. So from this equation from this diagram you can directly find out. So the first one is R11. Sorry, this is the element. Element is 11. That is suppose R11. Okay. So this is R11. This is R12. This is R13. Okay. So for R11, so it means in this loop, what is the total resistance? 1, 3, 2. Summation of all these three resistors is 6. Okay. Similarly, R12 with respect to 1 and 2. So it is connected resistance between one first loop and second loop, that is 2, and that is minus 2. Similarly, for loop 1 and loop 3 it is connected 3, so this is minus 3. Similarly, the second row element is R21, R22, R23. So R21. So for the 2 and 1, 2 and 1, it is combined, it is minus 2. This is minus 2. R22. So in this loop only, what are the resistors are connected? 1 plus 4 plus 2, 7. Okay. And with respect to third loop, 2 and third loop, it is 1. So it is minus 1. Similarly, for third loop, it is R31, R32, R33. So R31 is this one 3. So minus 3, R32. So R32 is this one minus 1. And R33 is the total resistance in this loop, 6 ohms. So like this we can write the directly we can write the matrix. Okay, simplify. So after you can solve these equations also, we can compare whether it is obtained correctly or not. We can cross check with this writing of this matrix equations. Okay. So this is the R11, R12, R So by simplifying these equations, we can get this matrix. So this matrix is considered as a D matrix. So from this we can find the determinant. Yeah. The same what I was derived here. So that is obtained by this differentiation. So by solving those equations also we can obtain. So from those equations we can obtain like this. Okay. So R11, R12. Okay. Same this matrix. Okay. I1, I2 and E1, E2. So in the place of E1, E2, the first one it is 5. Okay. In the first loop it is 5. Okay. So after obtaining the this equation, so this will be formed as a delta. Okay, so this matrix will be formed as a delta. From this delta we can find out the determinant value 147. It is producing as 147. Okay, so here we have to find out the current of I3. So for that we can find out I3 is equals to delta 3 by delta. So delta 3 by delta. So how we can obtain this delta 3? So delta 3 is obtained by in the third column of the delta, we will replace this third column with the right side matrix 500. Suppose we have to find out the delta 2, then the middle column of the matrix is replaced with the 500. Similarly, to find the delta 1, so the first column of the delta matrix, this delta matrix first column will be replaced with the 500. So with that we can get the delta 1. So delta 2 is obtained by replacing the delta of the middle column with that with the 500. Okay. Similarly, delta 3 is obtained as replacing the third column with a 500 or the right side matrix what we have. Okay, with that we can replace, and from that we can obtain the corresponding delta 1, delta 2, delta 3. Okay, so here I3 is delta 3 by delta. So this is delta 3, the delta 3. Okay, 121, and delta is 147. So from this we can get the I3 0.823. Okay, so like this we can perform the, or we can solve the equations of 3 parameters or 3 currents. Okay, so for any type of the problem which is solving like in this type of matrices, so we can apply and obtain the currents. Suppose we want to find out the I2, so I2 is obtained as delta 2 by delta. After determining I2, you can find out any voltage drop across any resistance. You can find out the voltage drop across any resistor. Okay. If they ask to find out the voltage drop across 2 ohms resistance in this loop, so if you find out the I3, after that I3 into 2 ohms gives the voltage drop of this one 0.823 into 2. So like this we can obtain the corresponding currents and voltage drops by using the KVL. Okay, so I think you all are understand this particular thing, this particular concepts. So because it is also important, because they will ask, so steady state in the syllabus they are given as a steady state solution of DC circuits. In the syllabus they are given as steady state solution of the DC circuits. So in such a concept, So we will apply all these applications. Already we are applying. So the same is we are doing. Okay. The solution, we are finding out the solution of the currents. Okay. This is the nothing but the mesh analysis. We can call it as mesh analysis. Okay. So these are mesh analysis. For the analysis of mesh, we can use the KVL. Kirchhoff's voltage law is applied for the mesh analysis. Okay. After that we have, so this is the another network. So you can try this one. You can try this one. Okay. Okay. So you can try this one and find out the current in 5 ohms resistor. Current in 5 ohms resistor. So that is nothing but finding of the I3. So you have to find out the current I3. So how I was explained representation of this sign. So according to that we can represent and we can solve the 3 I1, I2, I3 currents. Okay. So you can obtain the equations in terms of I1, I2, and right side you get this voltage sources. And from determinants D1, D3 and delta 3 and delta, you can find the I3. Okay. So the next one is nodal analysis. Nodal analysis. So this nodal analysis is a application of the Kirchhoff's current law. So here we will find out the, this is the one junction, this is the another junction. Okay. So these junction points are called as node. These junction points are called as node. Node 1, node 2. And downside it is common to all the junctions, it is called as common node. Okay. Or you can call it as zero node. Okay. So this will be considered as a zero potential. This will be considered as zero potential. This node is having zero potential. And here this is the node 1 and this is the node 2. Node 1 and node 2. Okay. So with the using these nodes V1 and V2. So this node, at this node the potential is V1. At this node the potential is V2. V1 and V2. So V1 is we have to find. Okay. So for that we have to find out the currents. Okay. So here this is the currents. This is the current of I2. I2 is flowing in this way, and I3 is going in this way, and I4 is going in this manner. And this is the current of I1, and this is the current of I1 is coming towards V1. Okay. This is the current of I1 is coming towards this one. So with this we can find out the so what is the I2? I2 is nothing but V1 by R1. So I2 is V1 by R1. So it is going outside. Okay. So that is V1 by I1. Okay. And the sum of the currents which are going, okay. So this is going outside. That is considered as minus V1 by R1. Okay. And here it is. Here it is I3. I3 is difference of these two. Difference of these two. So that's why V1 plus V1 minus V2 by R3. So V1 minus V2 by R3, and the incoming current is this one. Okay, so this is the I1. This is the I1. Okay, so that is the, it is a plus sign. This is the minus. This is the minus. Okay, so because this is the outgoing current. Okay, because of this is the outgoing current, so this is the minus, and this is the incoming current, so this is plus. Okay, and that is equals to 0. Okay, so incoming currents is equals to outgoing currents. That is simply. Okay, so from this we can find out the V1 and V2. So minus V1 by R1 minus V1 by R3 plus V2 by R3 is equals to minus I1. Okay, so take the negative of this, so we can get, so V1 by R1, and this is the plus. Okay, so V1 into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R3 minus V2 by R3 is equals to I1, equals to I1. Okay, so this is the one equation. This is one equation. Similarly, from V2 node, this is the current in opposite direction. Okay. From this, the V2 node is, or we can consider it is incoming current for this one. No problem. So for the V2 it is this is the outgoing current, this is also outgoing current, this is the incoming current. Okay, so for the incoming currents take it as positive, outgoing currents is considered as negative. Okay, so minus of V2 minus of V2 minus V1 by R3. Okay, so that is incoming current. Outgoing currents, otherwise you can take positive anyway, no problem. So you can represent. So this is the positive, and outgoing currents are negative. Okay, so minus V2 by R2. And this is the minus of I2. And that is equals to 0. And from this V2 by R3, so we can take this I2 to the right side, we can get the positive. Okay, so from this V2, the plus V2, and this is the minus V2. Okay, so take as V2 as a common factor. So 1 by R3 minus 1 by R3 R2 minus V1 by R3 is equals to I2. So like this we can get the V1 V2 in terms of V1 V2. Okay, By solving V1 and V2, we can easily find the voltage, nodal voltage V1 and V2. So if you find the V1, you can find out easily I1 and I1, I2, I4 and I3. So like this you can use the KCL law. You can use the KCL law to solve the voltages. So this analysis is called as nodal analysis. Previous it is mesh analysis. This is called as nodal analysis. Okay. So from these equations 1 and 2 equations, we can get the 2 by 2 matrix. We will get the 2 by 2 matrix. By solving that 2 by 2 matrix, we can find the V1 and V2. V1 and V2. So after solving V1 and V2, you can find out the I2 and I4. Okay. So here they are not given the current values. So you can assume that it is a current of 5 amperes, and this is the current of I2 is current of it becomes just 3 amperes, like that. No problem. Okay. So like this we can solve the V1 and V2 by using the node analysis. It is also important. Mesh analysis, node analysis, star to delta, okay, delta to star, and finding the equivalent resistance. By using star to delta and delta to star, we can find the equivalent resistance. Whereas by using mesh analysis, application of KVL, with that we will find the currents. In the mesh analysis, we will find the currents. By using the node analysis, we will find the voltages. Okay, voltages. So like this, you can use the networks for solving of the or finding of the currents and voltages. Okay, so the now session is going to end. So you can try to get the solution of these equations. Okay. So if you do the practice, then only it will easy to. Just by listening, you don't get. By putting the pen and paper, then only you can. You will get this answer questions